Hello everybody, Uncle Tony here, coming to you from Eugene, Oregon, and this is the Masonic Cemetery. It's founded in 1859, the same year Oregon became a state, and it is on the National Register of Historic Places, if you can believe that. And I can't decide whether this is a completely appropriate or completely inappropriate place for you and I to talk about Vampire the Masquerade. You see, I'm starting up a game called Taste of the Bittersweet, based on the new Vampire the Masquerade V5 rules, the version 5. The game system itself has been out since the early 1990s. So I figured if I'm going to go into the game, I should at least give it a little bit of a review. It's a brand new book, and like all books, they deserve reviews. So, Vampire the Masquerade from White Wolf Publishing. It's beautiful. There's no other way to say it. 550 pages of absolutely gorgeousness. They've moved to a photorealism with this new style. Before in the vampire books, it was all a little bit cartoonish, a little bit just drawn sketches, figures. This time they went all out. They went all out and created a beautiful photorealistic book with models and acting out scenes from the masquerade and the embrace and beautiful stuff like that. Now, the book itself has great content. 25 years of material and changing canonical material, because the world of the vampire, the world of darkness, has changed over these 25 years. There were big changes that happened in 1999, and those things have been basically made canon by this book. This book creates the world as it is today for the vampires that started out 25 years ago. Not all of them are still around. If you played this game from back in the early 90s, you'll find that a couple of your favorite clans may be completely gone. Even one of the sects is less, and that's not sex, it's sect. Weirdos. But even some of those are gone. The Sabbat has been completely decimated. The Camarilla is under attack. The Anarchs have seemed to be doing very well. And here I'm talking a little inside baseball for anybody who knows the Vampire the Masquerade. But if you don't know Vampire the Masquerade and you just wanted to jump in on this book here, the V5, it might be a little difficult. The history is there. The lore is there. The story is all there. In fact, the content is wonderful. Like I said, the pictures and the words work. It's the layout that will drive you absolutely batshit crazy. It's not easy, for example, to build a character out of this book. Things that you need to know for your character, for building a character for this game, are actually spread out over several different chapters. If you build a character from the book, you'll find yourself flipping back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, looking for the right information. It's not easy to find the information you're looking for. It's all there, I grant you, but it's not terribly easy to find. So, what would you do? I wouldn't play from this book, for example. It'd be very hard for a game master to be running the game from this book, either in PDF form or even paper form in front of them, simply because you'll be flipping all around trying to find things. And once you found the page, you're then left with deciphering which column this might pop in. And every column is about 4 words wide, and you got to scroll down that. So if you're working from a computer, it's going to be a lot of up and down, up and down, up and down. If you're working from paper, it's going to be a lot of back and forth, back and forth. It's not going to be easy to play the game from the book. It's all there. It's beautiful words and pictures. It's just not all that easy to follow. For my own game, I'm actually creating a out of the dark manual. I'm taking just the basic information, I'm laying it out in one column. I'm saying you create a character like this, you do dots like this, you pick disciplines like this. I'm making it simple, easy, and this 550 page monstrosity of a book, I'm going to be able to get down to about, 40, 50 pages of just facts. So my Out of the Dark, Just the Facts manual, which is not going to be available for you to purchase because I have no rights to actually write it. I'm just making it for my own game. And That might seem a little daunting to somebody. Like, you're going to write your own book based on this book just to play your own game that's already based on this book? Yes, I'm a little nuts. But it's going to be a much easier follow for me, because now I'll be able to go to one page on this book and know what I'm doing. I'll be able to flip to the next page and say, there's that information. It won't be trying to decipher the mystery of Vampire the Masquerade V5. The book, again, beautiful. I love the words. I love the pictures. I love what they've done with the clans. It's not totally complete. If you're a deep Vampire the Masquerade fan, it doesn't have everything you'd want. In fact, there's a lot of open ends and a lot of questions. There are a couple of clans that, though they aren't gone, they aren't even mentioned in this book other than a couple of paragraphs. Where are the Giovanni? Tell me. But that's okay, because this is sort of how it's always been in the world of darkness, is that there are ancillary materials, auxiliary books that will come out and fill this stuff in, and that has already started to happen. I can mention that the game that we're going to be setting up, while it's based on Vampire the Masquerade V5, I'm also pulling a lot of material from Beckett's Jihad Diary. And I think that book also deserves a review. I'll do one of those coming up shortly. So Vampire the Masquerade V5, get it, pick it up, absolutely. You should have this book on your shelf if you're a fan of this style of game. Don't be without it. That being said, if you want to play the game, I don't know, hit me up. Maybe I'll send you my little form, my little PDF, my Vampire V5 Out of the Dark. Or not. Anyway, hit subscribe, hit that bell. I'll be talking about more stuff coming up. I'm going to give you a review of Beckett's Jihad Diary. I promise you, I like that more than I like this book. Anyway, do it. Subscribe. I got stuff to do.